impurities in pharmaceuticals. So impurity is any extraneous, that is irrelevant or external material present in the drug substance affecting purity of active ingredient. That means impurity is a external material, means foreign material, which may be present in active ingredient. Okay, active ingredient means the substance, desired substance, okay, may contain some external material which is chemically not our active ingredient, and such extraneous external particle can be considered as impurity. So chemical purity means freedom from any foreign matter. Actually, analytically 100% pure substances are not available, and traces of impurities must be present in all substances. Okay. So to produce safe and effective drugs, quality should be maintained. Means impurities present in the substances must be limited to maintain the quality. Okay. So the quality of the product depends upon the level of purity. Level of purity means if impurities are present in very small amount, limited amount, then quality of product is maintained. Impurities in drug substance, that is active pharmaceutical ingredient, that is API or drug product, can arise due to synthetic or manufacturing processes, degradation, storage conditions, containers, excipients or contamination. Okay. So there are many sources from where these impurities can come into final product, and these impurities can be identified or unidentified. They can be volatile or non-volatile, organic or inorganic species. So there are different types of impurities present. So according to International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use, that means ICH, impurities are classified into three major classes, that is organic impurities.
I will see the different classes of impurities. According to the International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use, that means ICH, impurities can be classified into three classes. First one is organic impurities. These are process and drug related impurities, okay, which include examples, starting materials, byproducts, intermediates, degradation products, reagents, ligands and catalysts. So any organic material used during the process like starting material, ligands, catalysts, reagents are generated as a byproduct or intermediate may enter into final product and produce the impurities in final product. Another class of impurities is inorganic impurities, okay, which includes inorganic reagents, ligands, catalysts, heavy metals or other residual metals, inorganic salts or other materials like filter aids, charcoal, etc. And the third class of impurities is residual solvents. The solvents may be organic or inorganic, which are used during manufacturing process, may affect the purity of the final product. Okay. Now, why we need to study these impurities? Because there are various effects of impurities on human body or in formulation, on formulation properties. Okay. And these effects include the toxic impurities. Some toxic impurities may be injurious when present above certain limit. For example, lead, heavy metal, arsenic. Okay. So if these impurities are present above certain limit in desired substances, may be injurious to health. Second, impurities present in traces may exert cumulative toxic effect after a certain period. Means though the impurities are present in very small amount, initially there will be no any toxic effect, but after a certain period, cumulative effect of these impurities may be observed. Impurities may lower the active strength of the substance and thus decreases its therapeutic effect. So due to presence of impurities, the strength of substance in the formulation, active substance in the formulation may be lowered and thus its therapeutic effect may be decreased. Impurities may cause change in physical and chemical properties of the substance. Also, impurities may bring about technical difficulties in the formulation, means during formulation, okay, processes, due to presence of impurities, processes may be hampered. Then impurities may decrease the shelf life of the substance. And also impurities may cause changes in color, odor, taste of the desired product. Okay, so these are various effects the impurities may have on health as well as on formulation and properties of the desired substance. So now we will see what are the sources of impurities, from where these impurities come into our desired product. Okay, the major source of impurities in final product is raw materials. Okay, means starting materials from which our desired product is produced. Second is manufacturing process. Now manufacturing process means different steps which are involved in manufacturing process. Okay, for example, reagents used in manufacturing or reagents added to remove other impurities, solvents used, reaction vessel, intermediates generated during the process, chemical processes used in manufacturing, defects in manufacturing process, and manufacturing hazards. These are the sources, okay, by which impurities may be present in final product. The third important source of impurity is storage conditions. Okay, means for example, field, chemical instability, physical instability, reaction with container material, temperature effect during storage may take place and generate impurities in desired product. Then other sources include atmospheric contamination, contamination due to packaging material, okay, or sometimes deliberate adulteration may be carried out, okay, which will generate impurities in final product. Okay, so these are the major sources through which impurities can be incorporated into desired product, our final product. So we'll see one by one. First source of impurities, that is raw materials. Okay, impurities associated with raw materials may be carried through the manufacturing process and contaminate the final product. Okay, for example, if you consider rock salt, that is also called as Sendha Namak, which contains small amount of calcium sulfate and magnesium chloride. Now, if sodium chloride, common salt, is prepared from this source, will contain traces of calcium and magnesium compounds. Okay, so this is a picture of Sendha Namak, that is rock salt. If NaCl is prepared from rock salt which already consists of calcium sulfate and magnesium chloride, and also major component is sodium chloride. If NaCl is purified from this rock salt, the purified NaCl may contain calcium and magnesium impurities. Okay, so these are present actually in rock salt, which is used as a raw material for preparation of NaCl. So this calcium and magnesium present in raw material is carried into final product. Another example, impurities such as arsenic, lead and heavy metals are present in raw materials and hence are found in substances. So it is necessary to use pure chemicals and substances as raw materials for the manufacturing process. Another example we can take copper sulfate. Okay, copper sulfate is prepared by the action of sulfuric acid on copper turnings. Okay, so the starting material for preparation of copper sulfate is copper turnings. Okay, copper turnings when reacted with sulfuric acid it forms copper sulfate, and copper turnings are known to have iron and arsenic impurities. So we know that copper turnings, the raw material which is used, consists of iron and arsenic impurities. So when this copper is used to form copper sulfate, ultimately the impurities which are present in copper, that is iron and arsenic, may also come into final product, that is copper sulfate. These are copper turnings. If these copper turnings are used to prepare copper sulfate, the impurities, iron and arsenic, which are present in this copper turning may contaminate the final product, that is copper sulfate. Okay, so another important source of impurities is manufacturing process. Some impurities are incorporated into materials during the manufacturing process, at various stages of process. Okay. For example, reagents used in manufacturing. So different reagents are used during manufacturing process, and if these reagents are not completely removed by washing, then these may find entry into final product. If the reagents used are not removed completely by washing, they will contaminate the final product. For example, ammoniated mercury may be prepared by adding a solution of mercury chloride to dilute ammonia solution. Okay. And the precipitate of ammoniated mercury, which is formed by reaction of mercury chloride with ammonia, is washed with cold water to remove ammonium hydroxide. If it is not removed completely by washing with water, the final product may contain ammonium hydroxide as an impurity. Okay. This is the reaction involved. Mercury chloride is treated with ammonium hydroxide to form ammoniated mercury. This is our desired product, ammoniated mercury. And this precipitate which is formed, it is washed with water. Okay. So during washing, this soluble ammonium hydroxide is washed out. But if this washing is not done completely, then ultimately this sodium hydroxide will remain as an impurity in our final product. So in this way, reagent which is used can contaminate the final product. Another manufacturing process that affects the purity is reagents added to remove other impurities. For example, potassium bromide contains traces of barium, which is added in the manufacturing process to remove excess of sulfate. So potassium bromide which is added to remove the sulfate may itself consist of barium impurities, which will contaminate the final product. Another important parameter is solvent. Okay. We know that water is the cheapest solvent available and has been used wherever possible. Okay. But water is the major source of impurities in the final product. Okay. For example, if you consider tap water is used as a solvent, it consists of calcium, magnesium, sodium, chloride, sulfate and carbonate ions as impurities in small amount. So if tap water is used in the manufacturing process, ultimately these ionic impurities will be incorporated into final product. If softened water is used, it is obtained by allowing the tap water to pass through sodium zeolite, which removes divalent cations like calcium and magnesium, okay, for exchange of sodium. So when softened water is used, it has removed calcium and magnesium, but it contains sodium and chloride as an impurity. Demineralized water is another solvent that can be used. It is obtained by passing tap water through columns packed with ion exchange reagents. Okay. The water obtained from this process is free from calcium, magnesium, sodium, chloride or sulfate and carbon ion. Okay. But the water obtained from this source may still contain some organic impurities. Though the inorganic impurities like ions, calcium, magnesium, sulfate, these are removed by demineralized water, but it may contain certain organic impurities. Okay. So the most commonly used solvent is distilled water, because distilled water is considered best, but it is very costly because distillation assembly is required. Another important source is reaction vessel. Solvents and reagents may react with metals of reaction vessel and may dissolve these metals which appear as impurities in the final product. For example, compounds manufactured in iron vessel contain arsenic and iron impurities. Okay. Then another process related source of impurity is intermediates generated during the manufacturing process. Intermediates which are generated during manufacturing process may be carried through to the final product. For example, potassium iodide is prepared by reacting iodine with potassium hydroxide. So this is the reaction involved, that potassium hydroxide plus iodine forms potassium iodide. This is our desired product. Along with potassium iodide, potassium iodide is also formed, and this resulting solution is evaporated and heated with charcoal to remove KiO3, which is an intermediate product. So if the intermediate KiO3 is not completely converted into Ki, that is potassium iodide, then this will remain as an impurity in the final product. Then another source of impurity is chemical processes used in the manufacturing. For example, for synthesis of drugs, many chemical reactions such as nitration, halogenation, oxidation, reduction, hydrolysis are involved. And in these chemical processes, different chemicals are involved which may contaminate the final product. Okay. For example, tap water, which is generally used in various processes, often having chloride, magnesium, calcium ions, which are generally found in the substances which is being manufactured. Then another source is defects in manufacturing process. Okay. Defects in manufacturing processes like imperfect mixing, incompleteness, non-adherence to proper temperature, pressure, pH may give chemical compounds with impurities in them. For example, zinc oxide, it is prepared by heating metallic zinc to bright redness in current of air, means in presence of oxygen, metallic zinc is converted to zinc oxide. Okay. So sufficient heat and sufficient amount of oxygen is required in this reaction to form the zinc oxide. Okay. If there is less heat or oxygen in this reaction, then zinc metal is not completely converted to zinc oxide, which is our desired product, and ultimately the final product will contain metallic zinc as an impurity. Then other sources of impurities include manufacturing hazards like particulate contamination. The presence of unwanted particulate matter arise due to dirt, dust, gas, porcelain or plastic fragments from fuse, granulating or tableting machine or from product containers. Then another source is process errors. Errors arising from incomplete solution of a solute in a liquid preparation may be detected readily by the normal analytical control procedures. Cross-contamination. The handling of powders, granules and tablets in large bulk creates airborne dust, which leads to cross-contamination of the product. Then another source is microbial contamination. Parenteral preparations and ophthalmic preparations require very special care to prevent against microbial contamination. In packaging errors, products of similar appearance such as tablets of same size, color, shape in similar containers can constitute potential source of danger. Okay. Improper labeling or destruction of stock of unused labels also contribute a major packaging hazard. Then third major source of impurities in final product is storage conditions. Stored products may become contaminated with dust, bodies of insects, animals and insect excreta, okay, during storage. Then decomposition because of light, traces of acids, alkali, air oxidation, water vapor or carbon dioxide and traces of metallic ions may cause instability of the substance, okay, which creates impurities in the final product. For example, light sensitive material should be stored in amber colored product. The reaction with container material. Okay, many types of materials are used for storage purpose like plastic, polythene, iron vessels, stainless steel or aluminum. Now reaction of these substances with material of storage vessel generates impurities in the product. So for that, salicylic acid ointment is not stored in metal tubes. One more source, major source of impurity is leaching out effect. Alkalis which are stored in ordinary glass container extract lead from the glass container, which is found as an impurity in the final product. Another example, strong chemicals which react with iron containers and extract iron as an impurity in the final product. Then there is temperature effect which affects the chemical and physical properties of the substance and if it is not stored at proper temperature. Decomposition may occur during storage, okay, to generate undesired chemical entities. Okay, decomposition may be occurred in presence of air, oxygen, okay, and which generates impurities. For example, deliquescent substances absorb water from the atmosphere and get liquefied. Example is sodium hydroxide pellets. Now these were the major sources of impurities okay, which leads to contamination of the final product. Okay. For inorganic substances, if impurities are present, there are different methods that can be used to purify these inorganic substances, which includes washing, drying, then recrystallization and sublimation. So using these 4 methods, inorganic substances can be purified. Okay. So this is all about sources of impurities. Thank you.